In the quiet of an orchard, where blossoms fall like whispers of spring, the apple tree begins its ancient story. Its roots sink deep into the soil of Central Asia, where wild apples once grew untamed, painting the valleys of Kazakhstan with their rugged beauty. From these mountains, the apple began its long journey, carried by traders and wanderers along the Silk Road. It reached Persia, where poets praised its beauty, and then Greece, where myths wrapped it in the glow of divinity. The apple was never just a fruit, it was a symbol, a jewel of earth and heaven alike. In the hands of the Greeks, a golden apple was said to ignite the flames of the Trojan War. For the Norse, apples were treasures of immortality, guarded in Asgard by the goddess Idun. And in the Christian tradition, the apple was remembered as the fruit of knowledge, tempting, radiant, and forever tied to choice. Through myth and legend, the apple carried weight far beyond its sweetness. Yet, beyond the stories, it grew quietly in orchards, tended by farmers who saw in it both sustenance and survival. The Romans cultivated it with care, creating varieties that spread across Europe with the strength of empire. And when settlers sailed across oceans, they carried apple seeds, planting orchards in the New World. Here, the story of Johnny Appleseed was born, a man who scattered trees across the American frontier, leaving a legacy of green and red abundance. Apples became the fruit of villages, towns, and families, baked into pies, pressed into cider, and shared around wooden tables. Each bite carried not just nourishment, but also the warmth of home. The apple is versatile, transforming itself into desserts, sauces, drinks, and simple snacks. It is crisp when bitten fresh, fragrant when baked, and sparkling when fermented. Its character shifts with variety. Tart, sweet, soft, or crunchy, a spectrum of tastes from orchard to market. There are thousands of apple varieties, each with its own story. Granny Smith, sharp and refreshing, carries the tang of discovery. Fuji, sweet and firm, whispers of careful cultivation. Heirloom apples, gnarled and imperfect, tell of generations who preserved their seeds. Every apple holds within it a star, a hidden shape formed by its seeds at the core. It is as though nature itself left a quiet symbol of harmony at its heart. Nutritionally, the apple offers gentle gifts. It carries fiber, light yet steady, helping the body's rhythm of digestion. Its vitamin C brightens the system like sunlight on skin. And in the thin skin of the apple, antioxidants lie in quiet abundance, hidden beneath the gloss of red, green, or gold. It is no wonder people once said, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." For centuries, apples have been both food and remedy. In villages, they were stored in cellars through long winters, a promise of nourishment when the land was bare. In kitchens, apple cider vinegar was prepared as a tonic for cleansing and balance. In harvest festivals, apples were tossed, bobbed for, and blessed as tokens of fertility and joy. They were fruit and they were symbol, sustenance and myth at once. The apple's cycle of life mirrors our own. In spring, blossoms appear, pale and delicate, kissed by bees who weave the promise of fruit. In summer, the fruit swells with life, drawing strength from sun and rain. In autumn, apples fall, ripe and heavy, offering their sweetness before the coming of frost. The orchard in winter stands bare, yet beneath the silence, roots wait for renewal. And so the apple teaches us patience, endurance, and return. It connects us to the seasons, to the earth, and to each other. Its presence on the table has always been more than nourishment. It has been a bond of sharing. To hand someone an apple is to offer kindness. To bite into one is to taste the story of centuries. From paintings of fruit bowls to the words of poets, apples have inspired artists for generations. They have appeared in sacred texts, in fairy tales like Snow White, and even in the symbols of modern technology. The Apple logo of our age is more than design. It is a nod to curiosity, knowledge, and human progress. Through it all, the apple remains humble, affordable, and abundant. It belongs to kings and farmers, to children in classrooms and elders at garden benches. It is a fruit that unites, never divided by wealth or class. Even its fragrance is a memory of autumn mornings, of orchards bathed in mist, of pies cooling on windowsills. To eat an apple is to taste simplicity perfected. And yet, within that simplicity lies vastness of history, culture, and life itself. The apple is at once ordinary and extraordinary. It is as close as your lunchbox and as timeless as the myths that shaped civilizations. Each seed within it holds the promise of orchards yet to come, orchards that will feed children not yet born. And so, when you lift an apple to your lips, know that you are partaking in an ancient tradition. You are holding in your hand the fruit of knowledge, the fruit of vitality, the fruit of life. For the apple is not just a fruit, it is a story, and that story continues with every bite. Like and subscribe to stay with us on this delicious journey through the world of food and ancient flavors.